about this particular case? If he has, that's great. That's what you should expect from a member of city council, especially the chair of law and public safety. But I want to see if his voice, right, is going to rise to the same level as it did with the young woman who was killed over at the YMCA. To me, the outcry should be the same. Is he going to pledge to go to Pluto, to Saturn? I want to know. Didn't seem to be so effective last time. We shall see. Let authorities know. Crime Stoppers, whomever, let them know. That is not snitching. And I'll tell you, that's an unfair yoke that's been put over around the neck of the black community. Most black people are not on that whole, I'm not going to work with the police, whatever. And if they are, you know whose fault it is? The police. It's because they've got some hidden resentment or they've had a personal experience with police that didn't go too well. That's the crux of the argument, though. When you have a community that doesn't want to work with police, it's not because just they're the police. It's not because of that. It's because they've had some personal experiences that didn't go so well with police, and now they don't want to deal with them. And that's why I say, if law enforcement wants to have a better network established with the community, then you have to actually have better relationships, better interactions with the community. That's what it takes. Situations like we saw with the young man who got arrested and I thought very violently arrested, pressed against the brick wall because he had some coffee in his hand. See, situations like that are what lead to people not wanting to work with police because they feel like when I call you, you're going to show up and go through my house. You're asking me if I got priors. Don't worry about if I got priors. I'm calling about this other crime. Okay, there's a relationship there. That is deep. Deep, deep. Young man shot in the head, downtown Cincinnati. And Green Street, that's a hot spot. It's been a hot spot for a long time. Everybody knows that. You want to get some weed, you want some marijuana, go to Green Street. You want to get something else, go down to Green Street. I've driven past it many, many times. You can see it. Some of these dudes don't care. And change is a-coming. If you live on Vine Street, anywhere on Vine Street, guess what? Change is a-coming. Like I said, I was just driving up Vine Street just the other day, literally. And the brothers was out taking different spots. Everybody got their spot on the block. And I'm thinking, these Negroes just don't know. Change is coming. What have I been telling you about Walnut Hills? I'm reading now, right at the intersection, right there on People's Corner, they got a multi-million-dollar renovations about to take place. I told you folks. About 5 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I'm driving, I guess that would be east on McMillan, okay? And right as before I got to that intersection, I kid you not, I saw about 4 or 5 white dudes with white hard hats on, and they had clipboards in their hands. You know what that means? That means change is a-coming. Money is about to be invested. And now many years later, again, 5, 10, 15 years from now, if the mayor and his cronies, if the anti-streetcar people don't get in the way, you'll be able to get on a streetcar and drive to all these different nerve centers around the city. This past Friday, I was up on Woodburn Avenue. Shout out to Dean's Barbershop. That's a mainstay in the Cincinnati community, and I used to get my hair cut from Dean. Matter of fact, pardon me, he was the first person to ever professionally cut my hair. Shout out to Dean. And Dean's Barbershop is an anchor in that community. Long before other folks came over there and started to put their money into that neighborhood, Dean's Barbershop and Dean and his relationship with that community was the anchor there. As far as I'm concerned, it should be a landmark. Seriously. But I went over there with some friends, being adult for a little while. We don't get a lot of time to do it, so we relish when we can, me and the wifey. And they were having, it was like walk around on Woodburn. And they don't shut the street down, but all the shops on Woodburn Avenue open up, and people are walking around. They got new bars over there and all this cool stuff. And you know what? I grew up in Walnut Hills. And my grandparents used to have me go to a corner store. It was a grocery store that was black owned that was on Woodburn Avenue. And I remember it was all black owned, all black everything when I was a kid. All the stores are open, nothing but primarily black faces, black commerce, black business owners. And, due to a lot of different things, Walmart, a lot of different things, globalization, it's just not that way anymore. But that doesn't mean that black folks still can't have an investment there. It doesn't mean you got to be pushed out. Put yourself in a position to capitalize. Simple as that. But it's quite amazing what's happening with some of our neighborhoods. If you can hear my voice and you live in Walnut Hills, if you shop at that Kroger, if you live anywhere around that, change is coming. You got two choices. You can put yourself in a position, pardon me, you can put yourself in a position to capitalize, or you can complain about it and bellyache and be dragged out. That's what's happening. And, talking with friends and, professionals, urban professionals, it's kind of like mixed. On one hand, it's like, damn, you don't want to see people displaced and gentrification. But on the other hand, for folks who are in a position to enjoy it, it's like, hey, this is kind of cool. Different shops, different places to eat, hang out. I don't know. How do you feel about it? The city's changing. The city of Cincinnati is changing in front of us. The future is now. Kina writes, hashtag future preacher. That's hilarious. Nuri writes, is a streetcar getting new tracks? ? Not that I know. I hope the new tracks will be phase 2, phase 3, connecting different parts of the city. Kina writes, Rhonda writes, they're not supposed to like our discipline, I think she's trying to say. Can a person go too far? Yes. I think those people who use alternative discipline by cutting off the little boy's hair to make them look like an old man went too far. Mental abuse causes more issues than a whooping. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree. The old man haircuts, that's going too far. You show me a kid with an old man haircut, and I'm going to show you a parent that's either a weak parent or a single parent who's just like pulling out their own hair. Okay, so it's like some connection there. All right. It's emblematic of the parent losing their own hair because they're just at wit's end. Corey writes, man, if those Negroes down there can't see all the development coming around them and figure out their time is limited, they are straight tripping. I've been saying it for years. And some of these guys is out there like, they don't know what's going on. Like, we always going to be down here, yo. No, you won't. No, you will not. Kenny writes, well, let this be said. Cat Williams did a straight no-show this Saturday in Louisville. Did he? He didn't even show up? Damn, he at least could have pulled an R. Kelly and showed up 3 or 4 hours late. Dale writes, they are slowly moving further up Vine. They now hang out in that park on Vine right across from that fire department. I remember when they used to hang out on the blocks around Old Smitty's, Kroger's, etc. Right. You're going to see more of that. They're going to push those folks. And see, they're not going to push them all the way to the top of the hill. Because at the top of the hill, you got the University of Cincinnati. And they ain't going for that. You can cut that out. That's a wrap. I think that park is as far as that's going to happen. And then the boys are going to roll down with the rollers and do what they got to do. And for people that have the money and the time to enjoy what's being built around the city, I'm talking about black people I've talked to, late 30s, 40s, they're like on the fence, like, well, on one hand, it's kind of bad what's happening, but on the other, hey, Cincinnati has more things to do. You tell me what it is. You tell me what it is. And listen, folks, I really appreciate you. Thank you for listening. My time is up. This show will be made as a podcast. It will be made available on demand immediately following the show. Thank you very much for listening. And I'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. More superlative flows on people, politics, and pleasure from one man with one microphone, NathanIvey.com. Shout out to the good folks over at SoulPublicRadio.com. First affiliate of the show. Again, tell one person about the show, whether it's through social media or face-to-face, as we grow the project here and grow the audience. And shout out to all the new followers. I picked up like 80 or 90 new followers on the Spreaker app. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. My name is Nathan Ivey. Until tomorrow, 7 a.m., I'm out.